Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support. We are at episode 19. We are at episode 19. We are at episode 19. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. I am so humbled. I'm so thankful. Thank you for being here with me. I just completed recording episode 19. It was fun for the most part, but we also had the trending topic that we addressed was no fun. There was no fun there. It was a serious topic, to be taken seriously. But as it relates to the overall show, I feel very positive. I still enjoy doing this, and that is important. So I just want to say thank you for coming on this ride with me. Thank you for taking this ride with me. Thank you for staying on this ride with me. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for commenting. God bless you. May all your dreams come true, and it is my hope and my prayer that that all your desires are possible. That's what I'm telling myself this week. My desires are possible, and so are yours. Today we unboxed some groceries, and I shared with you some tips for for when you're applying for funding, as well as some information on the winners based on information around the July grants. You know what I mean? So we spoke about Candace's the lawsuit that between Candace and the Macrons from the French government. And some other stuff. So I do believe that this will be an empowering episode, like the others. That's my hope. That's my intention. And again, I just want to say thank you to everyone that participated or that were involved in the making of this episode. I'm very thankful for everyone from everywhere. And you know what? I want to give a shout out to Kirsten from the eCornell program of Bank of America, who helped to supply us with those information for the grants. If you go on my website and you go to the blog site, you'll see that you'll see the information there because I credit her there. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And may God bless you. Let's get into the program. Let's go. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Oh, hi. Welcome to another episode. I'm Coach Raquel, and welcome to Refresh, Relax, Renew. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing today? Are you doing well? Did you have a good day? Are you having a good week? How about a good month? Can we say yes? It's an okay month. It's a good month. We like July. Can we say that? Well, for me personally, it's been a good month. It's been fair. It's been, it's been kind to me. And I'm very, very thankful. My goal is always to be content in whatever circumstances I'm in. And that is my wish for you, that whatever come what may, that contentment will find you where you are. find you where you are. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to be here with you again on another program, another episode, another segment, another conversation. Oh my goodness, it is my hope that you are enjoying these exchanges that we're having. Please share with me, engage with me. You're my company. I think on my podcast is perhaps the most interactive I am in my life, to be fair with you, because I live alone and I don't know, I'm in this phase of life where I feel almost like when I was growing up, when I grew up, in a kind of an environment where I was with myself a lot, even when people were around. And then I got to the place where I got so scared. I felt, it's so funny. Today I was just kind of talking with myself, just going over some thoughts with myself. And I'm like, it's interesting because when I was in my deepest depression, and because thank God I don't suffer from depression anymore, thank God, and it is not something I healed myself from. It was just constant work. And I really realized that when you're happy, you're just happy, and when you're depressed, you're just depressed. That's my experience anyway. I don't speak for anybody else. I realized that it's like something sad happens and you cry, or something joyful happened and you laugh. I had no control over it. It was just there. And now when I'm happy, I have no control over it. Sometimes I feel this joy inside, this peace inside of me, right? And the most I try to do to maintain that is by walking in my truth as much as I possibly can. Like I invest a lot of time and effort and energy in speaking my truth and walking my truth. And what I was about to say was, I realized that the times when I was depressed was when I was among people. And it kind of hit me. I'm like, interesting. But that's the case. That's when I was most depressed. And so now I'm very cautious in my engagement with people. And not because of other people, but because of myself. I've had to be exploring why is it when I'm around people, I tend to go into depression. And what I realized as I look back is the struggle to be myself, the struggle to speak my truth, because I'm constantly thinking, am I going to hurt somebody's feelings? Will they abandon me if I really show up myself? Are they still going to be there? So there were so many things running around in my mind. There were so many concerns. It's like the stress level, just based on my thought process alone when I'm around people, pushes me into depressive states of mind, or give me these depressive moments and put me in a depressive state. And so I find that when I'm by myself, I'm my truest self and I'm happiest. And it's not that I don't want to be around people. What I've learned now is I just have to find the right people to be around, or we'll find each other. You know what I mean? But and it's also about recognizing where I am so that I can respect myself where I am. I can honor where I am, and I can do the work to matriculate to my next steps. You know what I mean? So I'm just sharing that to say, it is my hope that you have contentment, and I hope you choose contentment no matter what it's going to cost to you. That's what I've had to be doing. I have to choose contentment no matter what it's going to cost me, even if it means that I'm going to lose people. And there's some comfort in knowing that it's not their fault. It's my capacity. It's not even my fault either. It's my capacity. And right now I'm exploring, because when I was younger, I was by myself a lot. And then oftentimes when people were around, I was misused and abused. And so my best times were when I was by myself, even though I didn't necessarily want to be by myself, but I resigned to it because it was safest for me. See, I didn't know how to effectively defend myself. And also, that's another thing that I'm learning about myself, because I've had to sit down and I'm like, I've been asking myself, and why am I even sharing this? Wait, it is my hope that as I share this, it will empower somebody else. But I've been sitting down, self-evaluating, self-checking, just trying to understand myself, and I've been having this, I've been asking myself this question: why didn't you defend yourself? When you've been when persons where I remember when I was in school, they would beat on me and I would just want to get away from it. I never fought back. In my head, I felt like if I fought back, it would get worse, and I felt outnumbered and I felt defenseless, So, and even with my siblings and stuff, like I never fought back. And I start asking myself, why didn't you fight back? Why didn't you resist? Why didn't you defend yourself? Why didn't you say, I don't like that? Because even in my friendships, I realize I do it. Like someone will do something and I don't really like it, and I would just withdraw rather than say, I didn't like that. I was more concerned about, this is hurting me, so the person's hurting me. And I would make conclusions like, okay, so they don't care about me. And, or they don't understand me, or I would even go as far as to say, you know what, they don't know better, they're just hurt. I would find any way to rationalize what was happening to me rather than defending myself and speaking up for myself. And this is it, right? I didn't realize I was doing that. I really didn't. But as I was going through my healing process, doing my therapy and whatever, one of the things I learned is that when something happens to me, I freeze. I stop breathing, and I discovered that. And now, as I'm learning more and more about myself, I realize I retreat, I repress, I don't express, and that's because I was always thinking I'm going to get in more trouble. If I do anything here, I'm going to get into more trouble. And so as I've sat with myself and I've been asking myself, like, why didn't you defend yourself? Because it actually hurt me. Because I find myself sometimes crying, like, why didn't you defend yourself? You deserved defense. Like, why didn't you defend me? And I don't know that I have the full answer yet, but it's along the lines of I felt defenseless, and also I felt like defending myself would only make the matters worse and would only cause me to lose those I care about or those who I loved, and also I also had thoughts where the people, they're doing their best. They don't mean to hurt me. So what am I going to say to them? That's their best. So what am I going to say? I can't ask them to change if they can't change, if they don't have capacity. And so I resigned to withdrawal. And so now I'm at this place where it's almost like I withdraw before anything even happens. So it's like I'm not waiting for something to happen anymore for me to withdraw. And so now I'm working on myself to learn how to show up in spaces and not be defenseless, even though I don't have to be without having to be on the offense either. You know what I mean? And one of the things I'm learning with that is alignment. When you're with the right people, you feel safe. So I may not have understood why I didn't feel safe, but maybe that was the universe just protecting me, because I was ignorant. So it protected me, or the subconscious protected me, that even when I didn't know how or why or what was happening, And I'm sharing this to say, whatever you're going through, find your contentment. Make the decisions that will bring you the best outcome, the most positive outcomes in your life. You have only one you. There's only one of you. Yeah? So do not allow yourself to make choices and decisions that override your best interests. Yes? By any means necessary, heal, and by any means necessary, be well. That's what I'm trying to say. So I am here working on myself, learning, and stuff like that. And I'm growing too, which I really, really like. And so right now I'm in a space of contentment, and sometimes I feel these bursts of joy inside of me. And I'm like, where did that come from? You just feel happy. And I don't know, it's not anything to assign it to. It's just an internal thing, and I love her. I've really fallen in love with her myself, and I'm just so happy to be her. I wish you so much joy with yourself. It is my hope that you fall in love with yourself, madly in love with yourself, that you become your soulmate, that you become the love of your life, that you find that joy, find yourself, and you fall so in love with yourself that joy springs eternal within you for you. That's my hope for you. Now, we're going to go to read one of the prayers from my book, and the book is called Prayers by Raquel Reese, and it's currently on Amazon if anyone would like a copy. You don't have to, but if you do, it's there. Let's see what we're going to read today. Oh, it opened on page 33. Oh, wow. And that's a lovely one. I'm going to read that. I'm going to share that one with you. It says, a prayer for healing. A prayer for healing. I pray healing for my husband. Oh. I wrote these prayers in 2020. I don't sit and read them all the time, so I didn't remember what that prayer was about until I started reading it just now. Okay, this husband thing. Okay, let's go. A prayer for healing. I pray healing for my husband. God bless this man. Please guide my husband. Speak to him, Father. Empower his hands. Give him insight, Jehovah. Transform his mind. Bless him, Father. Strengthen him. Pour out your mercy all over your manservant at this moment, Father. Send your comforter to his side. I pray for healing for my husband, healing for his soul, healing for his heart, healing for his mind, healing for his feet, healing for his internal organs, healing for his arms, healing for his back, healing for his tongue, healing for his ears, healing for his tummy, healing for his knees, healing for his eyes, healing from childhood trauma, healing for his muscles, healing for his throat, healing for his nose, healing for his fingers, healing for his nerves, healing for his jawbones, healing for his toes, healing for his penis, healing for his rectum, healing for his body, healing for his skin, healing for his organs, healing for his spiritual life. God, please bless this man. Please uplift your manservant. Pour out your love all over my husband. Bless his home, bless his business, bless his relationships, bless his ideas, bless his innovations. Glory to God. Bless his strategies. God, bless his going out and his coming in. Bless everything he touches, God. Grant him the desires of his heart. Grant him peace. Glory to God. Direct his path, Father. Cultivate leadership in him. Guide his speech, his actions, his life, his love, and his commitments. Grant him mercy and grace, God. A whole lot of grace. Forgive him, loving God. Comfort him, Jehovah. Oh Lord, bless this man. Restore his joy. Bring restoration to his life, Father. Rejuvenate him, God, and use him for your righteousness and for your glory. Create a hedge of protection around him and all his offspring. Cause him to dwell in your holy place. God, keep his mind stayed on you. Keep his heart fixed on obedience. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven in his life. Father, bless his thoughts and inspire his actions. God, I pray in the name of Yahweh. Let his life be of service to you, God. In the name of Jehovah Jireh, may he have a long, full, and happy life, a life full of love. I pray for his success. I pray for good health for my husband. I pray for love, true love for my husband. I pray for happiness for him. If I failed to ask anything, God, please grant it to him, I pray, in the name of God. Amen. Thank you, Lord, for answering my prayer. I felt that one. I don't even know who that husband is, but I felt it. Have your way, Lord. Have your way. Now we are going to go into our ASMR segment. Thank you so much for staying with me so far. Thank you for being with me on this journey. Ooh, feeling a bit emotional. I don't know why, but I pray that you pray for your husband. Pray for your husband. And don't just pray about the obvious things. You know, one of the things I learned, and I remember when it hit me was about a year ago. Why don't I pray over my body, my organs, my, all of it? And this is probably going to be funny to you, but I remember I was lying one day, and it's like it came to my mind, like the voice in my head was like, lay your hands on your vagina, because I was having these issues where I'm like, God, I don't want to be with anybody else except my husband. And I don't want to be with anyone who is here to exploit me sexually, and I have not had good, I don't make good choices when it comes to men. I make very, very poor choices, So I remember I was lying on the bed, and it's like the voice in my head was like, lay hands on your vagina. Lay hands on it and talk to God. Pray over it for what you want to happen with it. Pray over it for self-control. Pray over it for management of libido. Pray over it for anyone who robs you of it, that God will take vengeance. Yeah, like you have to protect the thing. So just as you pray over your homes, your car, and you wish it well, the same thing for your body and the organs in your body. You pray that whatever meals you eat, that it will not be a threat to your kidney, your liver, your veins, your nervous system. We've got to pray for those things moving on the inside of us, working on the inside of us. You know what I mean? So lay hands on yourself and pray for the intricacies of life that's important to you. Pray for the little things that we take for granted. You know what I mean? Pray over your life. And whatever prayer means to you, it means to you. You don't do it your way. Do it your way and in accordance to who you are and who you know your God to be. Let's go to our ASMR segment. ASMR moment. Inhale. Inhale. What's the next step? Look at the beautiful waters. I wanna be where you are. Yes. That was beautiful. Beautiful. I really, truly hope you enjoyed that moment.
From Hollywood to your hood, public breakdowns are everywhere. But what if we turn gossip into growth? On Allegedly, we react to the wildest viral stories, celebs spiraling, influencers breaking down, and infamous moments you can't unsee. But we don't just watch, we work. We break it down, do the self-work, and find the breakthrough hiding in their mistakes. New episodes drop every Monday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry, because your healing might just begin with someone else's headline. Allegedly, where the breakdown is the beginning of your breakthrough.
So, it is now time for Allegedly. And of course, in this segment, we take the time to explore current trending topics, news items, or issues currently that's going viral in the news. And we explore these stories to find the inspiration in them, to inspiration that will help us to do our self-work so that we can extract some breakthroughs from other people's breakdowns and life experiences. And of course, before going into them, we want to I always want to make it clear that I'm very thankful to all the people mentioned in the story. And, we pray God bless them, because they go through it so we can learn from it, and go from, you turn the gossip into growth kind of thing, extract the inspiration from it, extract the lessons from it, and do our self-work, because it is my belief that God would never expose me to something that was not meant for my benefit. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's gossip. I don't care what it is. Anything that this universe allows me to become exposed to, there is a breakthrough in it for me. And I just need to pay attention so that I can see and understand the breakdown and extract the inspiration that's needed, the lesson, so that I can use it to generate breakthroughs, and I pray the same for you, that you'll do the same. So I just want to thank all the persons who will be mentioned here. And let me make it very, very clear. We're not here to demean. We're not here to belittle. We are not here to hate. That's not why we're here. No matter what the stories are that we share, it's not to trigger you, it's not to hurt you, but I just want you to know that this story that we're going to be talking about may be triggering for some. So guard your heart, guard your mind, and be prayed up, because we're going to go through it, and we're going to go through it with love in our hearts. We're not going to go through it with hate, and we're not going to go through it wishing harm on people. That's not the goal here. The goal is to pay attention, is to explore, it's to learn, so we can self-check, look into or examine our own lives, and make the relevant changes and do the relevant work, so that our lives can have positive outcomes, or we can veer away from the things we detest, we don't like. You know what I mean? So it's all a lesson, and I want to thank every single person who will be mentioned in this story, whether I mention them by name or their videos or their clips are played, whatever. I thank them. God bless them, and I see God's good intentions in all of it, even the bits of it I don't yet understand. I trust God with it, but I'm not here to be a judge. I'm not here to be an executioner. That's not why we're here. All right, so let's just be very clear about it. Now, before I go any further, I just want to read the copyright disclaimer that you can see on the screen. Under copyright disclaimer, under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right. So now we're going to go into the first clip. We're going to be reacting to 2 TikTok videos, and then we're going to be looking at the focal point for story for tonight. Again, very triggering. We're going to be talking about You know what? I'm just going to go straight to it. But just remember, triggering.
Two lovely daughters, delicious, sweet-smelling, wonderful things. I can still remember their hair done, their starched dresses, and how when they would bend over, the dresses would come up, and you'd see the panties, and it. They just, little girls are just totally beautiful things, and I was happy. I was lucky with.
Surprise, surprise, this guy works in the film industry. Well, maybe not so much a surprise. I don't even know how we go about dissecting this one. I'm lost for words, literally speechless. I've never heard someone speak so openly in such a manner like that. And the camera kept rolling, like no one stopped it.
All right. This is not something one can prepare for. It's not something I can prepare for, but I feel pretty strongly it is something. It exists, so it exists, so it ought to be confronted. The first thing I want to say about this, because there's a reason I'm playing this clip, based on the trending topic I'm going to be talking about. Not that they're related, and let me say this: these clips are not related at all. It's just the conversation I want to have, and all of these clips that I'm playing, they are different clips selected from different points in different videos, and so they're not being played in the order they were created. Excuse me, let me be clear about that, because I don't want you to think, I don't want anyone to be misled. All right. Now, the first part of this that I want to talk about is when he said they just kept rolling. I thank them for I'm happy they kept rolling. You see, I've had many conversations with myself. Do you want to know? Don't you want to know? I don't think it matters whether or not I want to. It's my choice. If I had a choice, to be honest with you, I don't like to be in the dark with anything. I like to know what I'm dealing with. I like to be clear on, okay, what's here, what's before me, so I can know how to handle it. And I think we choose too much darkness. As in, when I say darkness, I don't mean something that's dark. I mean, we choose to stay in the dark too much. And I'm very happy they recorded it, because had they not recorded it, we wouldn't have heard it. We would not have heard it. And I'm challenging us tonight to ask ourselves, because we can get as mad with this man as we want to be. We can get as upset with him as he sat there and talk about his daughters. My God, help us. Give me strength, Lord. We can get mad at him if we want to. But isn't it better if we know? Isn't it better if we are going to a well every day? Let's say we're sending our children to the well for water every day. We're sending them to a playground every single day. And there's lead in the water. There's lead on the ground where they're playing. Wouldn't you want to know? Even if you can't, if that's the only water in the world that you have access to, wouldn't you want to know, so at the very least you can treat the water? You can protect them from the water. You can guide them away from the water. You know what I mean? So I think we ought to become strong enough to face what is real about this life, because it is real about this life. And we can't keep stuffing our heads in the sand. This man is not the only man who feels this way. This man is not the only man. Some of our loved ones are capable of what he just said. Some of our loved ones are guilty of what he just said. And some of our loved ones are guilty of having done what he just said. Like, done things taking it beyond the mind, beyond the thoughts, beyond the words to actually enact, do things to our children. And for me, I am saying, and that's why I endorse people telling their stories. Too many secrets. How do we put up a defense when we don't know what how do we put up a strong defense when we don't know what it is that we're at war with? So for me, I'm not proud of how he feels or what he's thinking or where his mindset is, but I also go to, how did a little boy grew up to become this man with these thoughts? You can condemn him if you want to, or you can say, how do I learn from him so that we can heal the world? Because what I'm hearing in him is brokenness. I do not condone what he's saying. What I'm saying is, as painful as the process will be, we've got to face it. And then we're going to have to figure out a way of how to either heal it, manage it, redirect it, protect our children. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I shared it, because I'm going to play another clip and then I'm going to go into another story. Now, it is not my place to say whether or not someone is guilty, whether or not they are right or wrong. I am not a judge. I'm not an executioner. I am not God. Because this is it. Yeah, you can hate the perpetrators all you like. But if you believe there is a God, then you're going to have to bring it to his table. Because that God that we know and love have allowed these things to happen. For whatever reason, he said, okay, that's what's happening. We're going to move through this. So what I'm asking God to do is to help me to find the breakdown here and show me how to work on myself, because this I don't want to become. I don't want to be affiliated with. I don't want to attract it. Yeah? I don't want to fall in love with any man who is capable of this and I don't know. So I want to listen to him speak and see how much I can learn from it, so maybe it can help me identify who are like him. There's a possibility my father was like him, but I don't know. Or maybe I do know. I don't know. Yes? So, yes, let's move on to the next one.
You're here to meet a 14-year-old boy? Am I right or am I right? You're here to meet a 14-year-old boy?
I'm waiting for somebody.
Yeah, he's 14.
I don't know.
You know how old he is. How old did he say he was? You can't meet a 14-year-old boy for my man. You understand that? You did. I have the messages and the phone calls. Yeah, of course.
You take my bag? Yeah, I got you. All the way in, okay? All the way in.
Can't meet children for buddy. Thank you, officer.
Whew, you got it. You guys,
You got everything you need. Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much for everything you do every day for everyone of us.
And I'm thankful for everyone there, including the guilty or the accused. Everyone. Because their stories expose us to what exists in this world. That man and the way he talked about his daughter, he's not one of a kind. And I have to ask myself, like, how might I be contributing to darkness in the world? And this is why when I hear things like these, I don't want to hate. I don't want to take all that darkness in. I don't want it to come into me. So I want to have the capacity to still love the broken Even though I do not condone the brokenness. Yes, I mean, that's a given. Okay, now here we are where this second video, right? You see, we went from that man talking about his daughters. Yeah, now we're at a video where an actual man allegedly is awaiting a 14-year-old boy who allegedly, based on the video that you hear, is anticipating sexual activities, right? 14 years old. Now, I'm going to, as I go to the next to the main story for tonight that I want to talk about, which is the Macron versus Candice. When will we get to a place where, or is it possible for us to get to a place where all victims are treated equal and all perpetrators are treated equal? Because this is it, right? For about a year or so, Sean Combs and Cassie's names plastered our media. We sang it, we cursed it, we talked it, we slept on his name, we woke up on his name, and these were two individuals in consensual, two adults in consensual relationships. And because of that one video, one act of domestic violence, which I personally, for me, I do not condone violence. However, personally for me, it wasn't the biggest domestic violence act or act of domestic violence I've ever seen. It wasn't even mildly close to it. And then to hear that he was also on drugs, that's the sick person. He wasn't in his right mind. I'm not defending it. I'm saying we're going to have to find a way to walk in some truth here, or we're going to continue having these issues. So I feel that we're going to have to make a decision between angry, hate, or truth, fairness, justice. Because I believe that we all contribute to the darkness in different ways. When we lie, when we envy, when we covet, when we kill, when we harm, when we hurt. They say hurt people hurt people. What happened to that man that he felt okay? Well, I don't know if he was okay. He was just telling how his experience. I did not hear him saying it, I was okay with this. Because lest we forget, I've done things where I'm like, okay, let me say it this way. I sometimes struggle with thoughts that I have to say to myself, what is that? We're not thinking that. We're not doing that. No. Sometimes some things happen and it's like your mind can go to this place of cruelty. And I have to like, what you doing? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. That's not my thoughts. We're not having those thoughts. That's not my thoughts. I have to be on top of my mind management, yeah? So we can't pretend as though these things started with them and it ended with them. So we have to get past the hate and the anger and the everything and confront these things in the interest of our children. Now, what I was saying is with the whole Sean Combs thing, right? Why weren't we talking about these things? Why aren't these things flooding the airwaves? Just asking. Now we're going to go to the other video, which is the one that we are going to be discussing.
I did not know my table was a president.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah, so that's him.
Because usually
Please bear with me. All right, there we go.
I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got balls. If you need any more evidence that Brigitte Macron is definitely a man, it is just what is happening right now. The idea that you would file this lawsuit is all of the proof that you need. Phone calls, emails since January. They did not send us a copy of the lawsuit. They did not give my lawyer a heads up that they were filing a lawsuit, but they did instead opt to give this lawsuit ahead of time to the Financial Times, the New York Times, CBS News. What does that tell you? It's a PR strategy. That their filing includes a description of the circumstances in which they met. The president was a 15-year-old student at a Jesuit high school in Amiens when he first encountered Brigitte, then a 39-year-old married teacher with 3 children. So much of that is not true. Again, they're trying to say he's 15, he was 14. According to the filings, they, quote, formed a deeper intellectual connection when she directed a production of the 1971 Milan Kundera play, Jack and His Master, in which Macron played the lead role. And later, the two began meeting regularly to collaborate on another play. Their relationship, quote, remained within the bounds of the law, the filings say. But when the teenager's parents found out about his, quote, strong feelings for his teacher, they moved him to a different school. Before he left, he told her, whatever you do, I will marry you. Dude, you're such a creep. Like, the fact that you're stating this as a defense, and you're not even telling the truth here, okay? Because you can't ignore the facts of how old he was when he was in that play. You just can't. So happy to go through this in court. But do you realize how creepy you are? How creepy this sounds? Because I'm just like a creepy old man. Like, that's what happened here. And you stating this is like, oh, it's so disgusting. We're not going to shut up. You're not going to bully us. The discovery alone is going to be out of this world. You've met your match. I will see you in court. This is a headline in China about the series. We also saw in Taiwan, there was a news clip about the series. Also in Saudi Arabia, somebody tagged me and let me know that also in the Middle East, somebody tagged me in the UAE this morning. I just love this so much. This is exactly what they deserve by thinking that they were going to suppress my speech with threats and with in the absence of any truth. Like, they were just that powerful. They were going to come here and be like, now you better listen to us and shut up. Of course, I am only going to get louder. I am totally committed now to doing so much more on both Emmanuel and Brigitte. So stay tuned.
All right. So let me be very, very clear. Okay. So let me be clear. All of this is alleged, right? And I don't want you to think that I played the first 2 videos because I'm trying to lead you into believing something. That's not why I did it, and I want to make that very clear. I played those 2 videos because I want us to bear in mind what might be at stake. What may need to be considered, you know? So let me just go through what I have here. So Macron, I think it's Macron versus Candace Owens, why it matters. So allegedly, the president of France is suing Candace Owens. You just heard her speak. Yup. Emmanuel Macron, head of a nuclear-powered nation, is going after a conservative American commentator legally, according to the reports. But here's the real headline. Why does this lawsuit matter to the rest of the world? And I'm going through this because as I listened, oftentimes when something happens in the news, it's like people go straight to taking sides. Why do we have to take a side, you know? And I hear a lot of persons, because, and again, that I talk about the Sean Combs case, because I hear persons saying, why does it matter? Who cares? Even if it is so, who cares? Really? Really? We don't care if these allegations are true? I'm not saying they are. But we don't care if they were true? Why did the police surround that man just now and arrested him? Because allegedly he was, based on their assessment, waiting on a 14-year-old boy with sex in mind. So why was he arrested? For what? If that being true, if adults having relations with minors are okay, then why was he being arrested? And I'm not suggesting by any means that it happened in this case, but I'm saying, what if it is true? We don't know if it's true, and we don't know if it's false, based on the fact that she's done her investigation and then it's going to go to court. However that pans out, it pans out. All I am trying to say is I can see why it matters either way. Anyway, because on the other hand, if it isn't true, it's also problematic. All right. But here's because it's not but here's the real headline. Why does this lawsuit matter to the rest of the world? Because it's not just about Candace. It's about who controls speech in the global digital age. If a world leader can silence a voice across borders, what stops others from doing the same? Flashbacks. Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, Carol Cadwalladr, Brexit expose. This is textbook public interest journalism, just like Assange, Ressa, and Greenwald. If her claims involve misuse of power, hidden money, or ethical violations, that's not gossip, that's accountability. The global stakes. Censorship, platform takedowns, speech controlled by foreign lawsuits. So the question isn't just what did Macron do? It's who gets to tell the story and who gets to silence it. This is allegedly the segment where we transform gossip into growth. Gossip into growth. So subscribe for stories they don't want you to tell. So where in this story can we find the breakdowns that can inspire our self-work for breakthroughs, you may ask? Well, I'm Coach Raquel, like I've said before, as you can see. And today's breakdown, self-work breakthrough lesson is one for the disruptors. We're breaking down the real world global story and transforming it into fuel for your breakthrough. Sued by power. Okay. Sued by power, turning public pressure into entrepreneurial breakthrough. Because whether you're building a brand, launching a mission, or standing for something that shakes systems, this one is for you. Breakdowns, self-work, breakthroughs. Let's get into the 3 lessons behind the headlines and how to apply them to your life, should you choose to, your legacy, and your leadership. Breakdown number 1, when truth meets power. Global news. French President Emmanuel Macron seeks American commentator sues American commentator Candace Owens, according to the reports. Why? She released an investigation that challenged the image of a world leader. But here's the breakdown. Power often resists truth. Not saying this particular story is true, especially when the truth comes from outside the palace. The entrepreneurial insight. If you challenge the norm, you will face resistance, even from the top. The self-work prompt. Where am I playing small to avoid shaking the table? Am I quiet because I fear the reaction of those with more reach? Breakthrough. Courageous visibility is your competitive edge. Speak with bold clarity. That's authority. See, this all goes back to what I told you even about my own challenges, where I found that I withdrew from people because in their presence I lacked, or I was short on capacity to adequately stand up and defend myself. And so I went into a recluse and I would not defend myself, and I'm learning to do it different. See how all of these ties? Because it's not that the truth matters, that's number one, right? But remember that also, what should I say? Learning lessons, seeking truth, all of those things matter too. You know what I mean? And we keep going. Again, I'm not saying Candace is right and the Macroons are wrong. And I'm not saying the Macroons are right and Candace is wrong. That's not what I'm not the judge. So that's not what I'm saying. So let's go to breakdown number 2. Global voices need global strategy. Macron didn't just push back. He crossed borders to do it. This is a French president suing an American citizen. Your voice today lives everywhere. The question is, are you prepared for it? The entrepreneur insight. You don't just need a product. You need a borderless brand, as in borderless brand, that can withstand pressure from any direction. The self-work prompt. Is my business legally protected, digitally portable, and purpose aligned for global scale? And I will even go further to say this. Is my family legally protected? Do I have a defense fund for my family, for my kids, should something happen to them? But that's besides it. The point, what we're thinking about. The breakthrough, strategic global positioning. You don't need to go viral. You need to be built to last on principle, not platform. A lot of persons will say, oh, social media is the devil. Social media is evil. Social media is a bridge. It's a tool like any other. It's inanimate. Human beings are the ones that's using it. You know, this is something I shared on Facebook this week. I was saying, the way we see people troll people online, who do you think is doing the trolling? People. These are the same people in your restaurants serving you food. These are the same people, in the healthcare system, taking care of the people you love, having your lives in their hands. Can you afford not to have media as part of your defense for your business or your family? Can you afford not to have your own mouthpiece with reach? You can choose what you do. You don't have to do something negative. And like it said, you don't need to go viral. You need to be built to last on principle, not platform. Right? So let's go to breakdown number 3. Personal brand versus institutional power. Candace Owens may be controversial, but she's consistent. Her brand is loud, clear, and strategic. And here's what you need to know. Institutions now answer to personal brands. Even governments can't ignore a well-positioned voice. Why would a government, based on their mandate, not want to encourage people to have a voice? You should ask yourself that question. Why would any government want to silence people? Why wouldn't they goal be to train, to guide, to provide resources? Why would it be to silence? We were born free. And don't we have a responsibility? Because since the family is the first institution, our husbands or our mother, our wives, whoever, we have to govern our homes, don't we? If something happens in the world and we need to protect ourselves, let's say the government gets overthrown, what happens to the people who've been silenced if they're not equipped to get up and fight? So it's something to think about. Again, I am not saying who's right or wrong here. Okay. So the entrepreneur insight here, your reputation is your revenue. Your voice is your market access. The self-work prompt here. Am I building a brand rooted in truth or just chasing trends? The breakthrough. Unshakable brand identity. You don't have to be liked. You don't have to be liked. You have to be aligned. And that's how movements are born. So let's recap. So here's your takeaway. At least this is what I hope. Challenge power with principle. Build for global relevance. And number 3, anchor your brand in truth. The people who shake systems, they don't wait to be popular. They prepare to be principled. Now, here is a spoken word piece that I want to share on this, right? You hear what I say? The brand is to be built on truth. Your voice is to be built on truth. So this is it, right? I'll say this before I go to the spoken word part. I love Candace's drive. I love her drive. And I love that she is unafraid to stand up for what she stands up for what she believes in, right? The part about it that I feel a bit uncomfortable with is the gloating. Even if she's right, if there is a 14-year-old victim here, there's nothing to gloat about. There's a whole country beneath the platform upon which the accusation stands. There is nothing to gloat about. There's nothing to laugh about. There's nothing to play about. This is serious, right? So I don't see anything funny in this. Nothing funny, right? Also, justice needs to be fair for everyone. And I do believe when you're in public office, I think there's a thin line between respecting people's personal life and choices and their public responsibilities. And I think there should be some training and education. I don't know, maybe the UN. I know the UN agencies, they do media training and things. For example, in the Caribbean, I know we have like Panos Caribbean and stuff, but I think there should be some media training for people to understand. Instead of shutting people down, give them access to training. Everybody with a podcast, give them access to training, right? Give them access to tools and techniques that can help them be their best self and to root their voices in truth. Even though not everyone is open, not everyone wants truth at the forefront, right? But nobody should be shut down because they're seeking it or they're speaking it, right? But I the part of it that makes me very, very uncomfortable is that I feel like I hear gloating and the laughter. It's not funny. It's not funny, because if this isn't true, then there's a woman and a husband and a country behind this. And if it is true, the same stands. The same applies, you know? So I don't think any of this is funny at all. Yes? So I just want to put that out. And so there are responsibilities on us as podcasters when we touch people's stories. And that's why I say this, and I'm going to say it again. Thank you to the Macrons. Thank you to the men who were out there talking, to the officers. Thank you to everyone involved in this story, because they did not have to expose their life experiences for me to learn from, to understand that, you know what, Raquel, here are some lessons here. There's some self-work to be done, because I'm not perfect by no means. God bless the people who like and love me, because I think I'm terrible at social relationships. Terrible. I'm terrible at love. I'm terrible at interpreting experiences with people. And to the people who take the chance, the risk to put me in their hearts, thank you. Thank you. Because I don't even know if I have capacity to give it back. Right? So we ought to be cautious of how we handle people's story, because there is no joke here. This isn't funny for nobody. These have global implications. This isn't funny. So I share this spoken word piece. Mic check, not mic attack. Mic check, not mic attack. We hold the line between facts and fury, between boldness and bullying dressed up in bravery. We speak truth to power, but truth has a posture. And posture, beloved, is everything. Because every podium is a pulpit, every platform a mirror, and every mic we hold is a reflection of the motive in our mouth. We don't trade in gossip. We traffic in clarity. But clarity without compassion, that's just noise. We can investigate without instigating. We can uncover without undoing. We can challenge the throne without mocking the crown. Let it be said, we are not here to humiliate. We are not. I don't like to see human beings. I've gone through a lot in my life, you know. I've been misunderstood. I've been lied on. I don't know how many people even truly understand me and who I am, or even if I'm effective in translating it. And as I say, I have done such a poor job at defending myself, in that I never defended myself at all. And I sit now and I look at myself and I'm like, how could you not have defended yourself? How do you allow people to just draw these conclusions and live on with it? And that's why I speak out on things that I'm not even affected by, and it's not even happening to me, but I speak out anyway, because I don't care what a person is, what they've done. It's not my place, because whenever I go back to, okay, so this person did this, he wanted to do that with da-da-da, but God allowed it. The God that I believe there is a God. I know God. I'm not talking about I think there is a God. No, I know God. I'm here because God exists. I couldn't have been here because I never even lift a finger to defend myself. God did it all. So I am very thoughtful about how we treat people, guilty or innocent. They are still beings. And I know, because of my relationship with the God that I know, that there are times God assigned people to do inconceivable things, because He has an ultimate goal that I cannot see. I do not know. I don't have a bird's eye view of God's world. I do not. I only see from my perspective, and my perspective is extremely limited. Anyway, let me continue. Let it be said, we are not here to humiliate humans. even when they lead with arrogance, even when they sit in high places, even when they forget we're watching. And I pause. If you say they're doing something wrong, then you doing something wrong to catch them in their wrong equalizes the wrong. You're both no wrong, so nobody can hold anybody accountable anymore. So you cannot assume elite superior not elite superiority, but you can't be elitist in your morality, but then do the very thing you detest because you're doing it to the person you detest. No. And that's why when I saw the Sean Combs case, and when I heard how people were going, and look what happened. And this is something that I think Candice should think about, because it's either racism exists or it does not. And ma'am, if it does exist, you're still a black woman. I don't care which white man you're married to. I don't care I don't care what committee is being the battery in your back. I know from experiences that there are guilty cases that turn out innocent. There are people who are guilty of things who are found not innocent, but who are found not guilty of the very thing they're guilty of, or that very things they've done. So let's not pretend as though there isn't global power and global agendas that could make you lose this case even when you didn't lose the case. So some humility, I think, and that's why I believe media should be objective. We need to be objective because there's humanity at the heart of it, and then there's power at play in it. So no matter how the powerful fall sometimes, let's not forget. So anyway, I'll continue. I'm going to read this again. Let it be said, we are not here to humiliate humans, even when they lead with arrogance, even when they sit in high places, even when they forget we're watching. Because they too were children once. Because power isolates. Because pressure makes even the most polished souls crack. So when we hold them accountable, let it be with fire in our voice, but grace in our eyes. Let our pens pierce injustice, but not the humanity of the one behind the podium. Mic check, not mic attack. Not assassins of character. We break systems, not spirits. Allegedly and always intentionally. You were born for bold moves. Now go turn pressure into purpose and tell them Coach Raquel sent you. I just wanted to share that on this issue. I wish them all well. It is my hope that God's will be done. All right, now let's go on to our next segment. Thank you so much for staying with me.
Hey, curious minds, ready to unbox your next big find? Every episode of Unbox Solutions with me dives deep into Amazon gems, smart hacks, and surprising solutions you might not know existed. From combat boots to kitchen gadgets, we unbox them all, up close, unfiltered, and just for you. Tag along as we refresh, relax, and renew your everyday routine, one product at a time. Catch new episodes every Tuesday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry. Hit subscribe, smash that bell, and never miss a reveal.
All right, so today's unboxing Okay, so today's unboxing, I'm actually unboxing some groceries or unpacking some groceries. So that's what we're going to be going through right now. And these groceries, I ordered them online via at PriceSmart for price. I think it's PriceSmart.com, right? And that's in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. So this is what I'm unboxing today. A little bit of groceries that I purchased, and I'm sharing it with you. So here we go. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is Unbox Solutions with me. Let's go. All right. The refrigerator behind me is a bit low, so I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. Yeah. So far I would have like 2 bags, and that right there is a bottle of coconut water, but you're going to see it because I'm going to show it. Yeah, coconut water. Oh my gosh, I need to give you a joke, right? So I bought my coconut water, right? And I have a filter at home that I use for my water. I poured the coconut water by mistake in the filter. Can you believe it? So I need to replace that bottle because it's no longer. It ended like the same, I think, like in 2 days because of that. All right, that's some oxtails that I purchased. And so this is a meat bag I'm unpacking first because, I want to put those away, put them in the refrigerator and clean the area. I always put my meats in a bag before I put them in the refrigerator. In a bag. Yeah. There we go. And these are some corn on the cob that I purchased. Cheese, Parmesan cheese. Yeah. Watermelon. It's finished. And this is juicing. 2 packs of frozen fruits for juicing. It makes it easier. And that is fish fillet. And we have some shrimp coming too. Yeah, got some shrimp as well. I want to make some shrimp patties. Sorry, a shrimp pizza. I plan to make shrimp pizza. I wanted to do it today, but I was a bit tired. Right, so those are the things for the freezer. So I'm just putting those away right now. Where do you buy your groceries? Do you buy them online? Do you go into the store? How do you get your groceries? I like shopping online. I feel like I'm able to plan better, especially economically. I get to plan better, but it does have its issues as well. Yes, we're putting those away in the refrigerator, in the freezer. Yeah. Clean as we go along. Clean as we go along. And that's a box of flushable wipes. I love to have these in my bathroom for multiple reasons, really. Yeah, I really like this one because it's very thick, but not too thick. Yeah, and I buy it by the box. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 8 that's in there? I think it's 8 packs that's in there, yeah. Yeah, now on to the vegetables and more fruits. So that's papaya and cucumbers. These papayas are so delicious. If you go to my ASMR channel, which is at Kelly's ASMR on YouTube, you'll see where I had my papaya mukbang. Yeah, and these are some snacks. Oh my gosh, and I did a video today too. I did nacho cheese mukbang today with my things. So we have chocolate digestives. We have chocolate that I bought chocolate with almond nuts. Then we have Dettol, and we have, that's the chocolate tea. But I'm gonna show you. So, right, that's the chocolate. It melted, like it melted. So I put it in the refrigerator and it got hardened again. Yeah. Yeah. I don't buy snacks all the time, but every now and again, I buy them. Dettol. And this is some chocolate tea, Lasco chocolate, hot, for tea, for hot beverage. Yeah. Opening so you can see what it looks like. I quite like them. I like the one with the, I don't know what you call that white thing in it. Yeah. See, that's a chocolate digestive biscuit. So they're singles. I really like them. Kind of like wafer-like biscuits. But it tastes kind of wheaty. Yeah. And this is some popcorn that I tried. I don't think I want them again. It doesn't taste like popcorn to me. It tastes more like nachos. And this is Mountain Peak coffee. The popcorn tastes like chips. It's not bad. I just wanted I wanted something that tastes like popcorn as I know it. Yeah, tea. So, yeah. And this have Lay's in it. Lay's chips and Doritos. The Doritos is the one that I used for my video today. And then the cheese, right? Cucumber. Papaya. I have like 3 papayas left. I love them. The papayas are off the chain. Oh my gosh, it's finished. Thank you so much for watching that. Oh my gosh, let's go to our tip for the day. Okay, so let's now go to our unboxing tip for today. All right. So in our unboxing tip for today, groceries delivered, problems uncovered. 3 things you must check before you chop. Hey, welcome back to another segment of Unbox Solutions with me, where we turn everyday deliveries into real life lessons. I'm Coach Raquel again, and today, listen, we're diving into that kitchen counter moment when your groceries finally arrive and something's already off. And I'm going to tell you what was off in mine. And the one I just unpacked. So you ordered fresh. You planned for meals. You budgeted. But the lettuce is soggy, the meat's puffed up, and the expiration date, tomorrow. In my case, right, the cheese, the Parmesan that I showed you, it expired on the 6th of this month. The 6th of July. This is what? I think you're going to be watching this like on the 30th of July, but today is the 27th of July. No, not the 30th. 31 or something. Anyway, today's the 27th. Okay, when I received these groceries a couple days ago, well, it was past the time. It was past it. All right. But because let me say this, because it's cheese, to be honest with you, I was wondering, could it be that the date, it's been erased, a part of it has been erased? I checked, it really was expired. But to be fair with you, right, I did use it because it's cheese, and there are cheese that they sell that's musty. And to be fair, when I opened it, it was okay, no discoloration, because I've had that cheese in my refrigerator before and it's spoiled, and you see it gets blue, whatever the case may be, which is why I'm still questioning the date, like if it got erased, a part of it erased or something, but whatever the case may be, right? But that's the reason. What I did was I used it quickly. So it's by tomorrow I'm going to be making a pizza from it, so it's completely finished, right? So that I'm just letting you know that was what happened in my case. So let's talk about the top 3 things you need to check before you chop, cook, and consume, because safety, value, and your peace of mind, they matter. Number 1, expiration dates. I become obsessed with it because I'm like, I never really checked it. To be honest with you, I realized that, hold on, before the last 2 or 3 months, I wasn't checking. When I opened it and it looks good, I just move along. I'm like, no, but now I'm a lot more intentional about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So So number one, expiration dates sound simple, right? But here's the reality. A 2022 Watchdog study showed over 30% of online deliveries included items just 1 or 2 days from expiring, especially from third-party apps. It's shady, but it happens, and they assume you won't return it because convenience, which is the issue for me. Number two, number two, the condition of your packaging. Dented cans, crushed boxes, puffy meat packages. That's not just annoying, it's dangerous. Let me tell you, there was a case where a family got botulism from beans in a slightly dented can. And bloated chicken packaging, that's spoil city. Bacteria don't wait. The solution? Set up a little quarantine zone while unboxing. Snap pics before tossing anything that looks shady. You need it for your refund. For me personally, once something is spoiled, I just don't use it. To be honest with you, the process of reporting it and whatever, because of the process, because I'm not close to where mine is, and I have to go through a courier to have mine delivered. It's too much for me. So for me, I'm not keeping it if it's not good. I'm just discarding it, even if I lose. Even though I lose, but I gain. You know what I mean? Is how I see it. And number three, substitutions. Now, I know life is life, but when your dairy-free almond milk becomes vanilla oat cream with 10 grams of sugar, or worse, your child's cereal gets swapped with something containing peanut traces, that's not a minor inconvenience. That's a health hazard. The Unbox solution: use those app filters, mark no substitutions when needed. Add custom notes like only this brand, no sweetened swaps. It's your right, not a request. So here's your new grocery unboxing checklist. Expiration dates, check those before anything hits the fridge. Damaged goods, no dents, no puffed packs, no mystery liquids. Substitutions, review them before you thank the driver. Because groceries are more than groceries. They're your meals, your money, and your health. Well, this has been your quick coaching moment from Unbox Solutions with me. Until next time, stay sharp, stay sharp, shop smart, and always unbox with purpose. Let's now go to our next segment.
Want to turn ideas into income? Say less. It's Free Money Wednesdays. Every week, we drop the hottest funding alerts, grants, scholarships, startup catch, and hidden gems. Tune in with the Free Money crew as we break down how to apply, win, and level up. From the blog to the tube, we've got you covered. Visit mycoachministry.com/blog or subscribe on YouTube at mycoachministry for the latest drops.
Okay, so now we're going on to our funding alerts, Free Money Wednesdays segment of the program. All right, so as you can see on what I'm sharing with you is my website, and I'm going to go to the blog segment in a minute. All right, so our blog posts, top grants to apply for in July 2020. This information is relevant to that. You know what? Let's do this first. Because there's something else I want to share with you. So here we go. Here we are. All right. So that post that you're looking at right there, top grants to apply for in July 2025, lists over 80 funding opportunities, including Amazon's Black Business Accelerator, Amber Grants, the Empower Her Grant, eBay Up and Running, Enthuse Foundation Grants, and more. However, no specific winners or recipient announcements are published directly on my blog post right here. All right, but here's what's known. For the Amber Grant, they had a June winner, and it was the Good Food CFO. Also, editorial note, July winner will likely be announced by late August. I'm just sharing with you some winners of grants, or some information around the awarding of grants and I'm really relating it to the month of July. And as I go forward, I do it for each month, right? And it's just based on what information is available to us when we do our research. Yes. Okay. So, yes. And the Amber Grant startup category, Blue Moves Media LLC won the June 2025 startup grant. Her Rise Micro Grant, monthly grants continue, but public naming is rare. And the eBay Up and Running Grant, the eBay Up and Running Grant, winners selected by eBay / Hello Alice. Official 2025 winners are not yet released, have not yet been released. Okay, what this means for applicants. Just because a grant program exists doesn't mean there's immediate winner visibility. But sometimes they protect identity of people, and sometimes people want it to be private too. Many awardees aren't published publicly. For example, Her Rise. Always check the grant's official site or newsletter for winner announcements and updates. And the links to each of these grant websites are there on the blog. Prepare as if you will win, even before results are posted. Now, practical takeaways for entrepreneurs. Track deadlines and winner timelines. Amber Grant announces next month. eBay releases winners months later. Subscribe and engage. Sign up for our newsletter to follow platforms like sign up for newsletters to follow platforms like Hello Alice and Amber Grant for Women for recipient stories. Use existing winner examples like the Good Food CFO or Blue Moves Media as templates for strong proposals. Focus, impact stories, clear purpose. Call to action. Encourage listeners. I just want to encourage you to apply. Cultivate a habit of applying for grants. Have you applied or won any of these grants? Send us your story. We'd love to celebrate you on mycoachministry.com. Direct them to the original blog post with grant links and your downloadable grant prep checklist. And I'm going to run through the grant prep checklist with you right now. But I share these with you because I want you to know that the information I'm sharing with you is not some hypothetical thing. I'm not sharing something with you that is impossible or will never happen. No, people are winning grants on a daily, monthly, weekly, yearly basis. People are winning grants, and you can become one of those people, All right, so let me quickly go over to the blog so I can share the grant funding checklist with you, and it's downloadable from my website. Grant funding checklist for entrepreneurs. Okay. Top 10 essentials to check before you apply, because smart money follows smart prep. You've got the vision, you've got the hustle. Now you're eyeing grant funding to level up your business. Before you start chasing down dollars, make sure you've got your strategic ducks in a row. This checklist will help you avoid rookie mistakes, stand out from the noise, and actually win the money. Number 1, mission match. Are you speaking their language? Have you researched the funder's mission? Does your business or project clearly align with it? Can you explain the connection in one sentence? Pro tip: if it feels like a stretch, it is a stretch. Move on. Number 2, eligibility. Are you even in the game? Do you meet all the funder's basic requirements? Are you located in a supported region? Is your business structure eligible? Don't waste time applying for money that can't legally go to you. Number 3, crystal clear objectives. Can you define exactly what you need the funding for? Is the purpose tied directly to growth, innovation, or community impact? Can you pitch it in one sentence? If your idea is fuzzy, your application will be DOA, dead on arrival. Number 4, show impact not just activity? Can you describe the measurable results of your project? Do you know how you track progress? Can you prove your business will be stronger because of the grant? Think, how will your business, customers, or community change for the better? Number 5, bulletproof budget. Have you built a line item budget tied to the goals? Are all costs justified and realistic? Did you include any required co-funding or in-kind contributions? Numbers tell your story too. Make them sharp and smart. Number 6, execution ready team. Do you have the people or partner needed to deliver? Are you confident you can hit the proposed milestones? Have you tackled similar projects before? Funders don't just back ideas, they back operators. Sustainability strategy, number 7. What happens when the grant ends? Will this project generate revenue or long-term benefits? Can you describe a plan to keep momentum going? No one wants to fund a one-hit wonder. Number 8, metrics and measurements. Do you have KPIs or outcomes to track success? Can you report on your impact in numbers, stories, or both? Is evaluation built into your project timeline? Show how you prove their investment paid off. Number 9, rock solid timeline. Do you have a realistic project timeline? Are key phases and deliverables clearly mapped out? Is it doable with your current resources? If your schedule feels tight to you, it'll terrify a funder. Number 10 and last, polish and proof. Have you removed jargons, fluff, and filler? Did at least 2 people proofread your application? Is your tone confident, clear, and compelling? Your grant proposal is your first impression. Make it sleek. So here are some final words of wisdom. You're not just applying for free money. You're pitching a case for why your business matters and why now is the time to invest in your growth. This checklist isn't just about getting the grant. It's about running your business like the funding is already yours. If you want a printable version of this checklist in a clean, modern PDF, download it using the link below. So it's available right there on the website for you. Wow. It is my hope that the information I shared with you today has been useful as you go forward and shine, and thrive. Okay? Please remember to like, share, comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what support you need. Let me know if this information is helpful for you, or let me know what other specific information I could get for you. Let me know how I can support you. All right? And thank you so much for supporting me by being here. Thank you so much. All right, we've come to the end of another show, and I just want to say thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for joining me on this program today, tonight, whenever you're watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Please remember to like, share, comment. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Anyway, I just want to say thank you. It's been my pleasure being here with you today on this episode 19, and I look forward to number 20 that's coming the week after this one. And I look forward to bigger things and greater things, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. I'm looking forward to our numbers increasing, and I'm looking forward to God just really blessing this program and using it as a tool of support for entrepreneurs, his people, the people he assigned and appoint with divine purpose, So I just want to say thank you so much. I'm Coach Raquel. It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure for me to do this, to be here with you. and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you have the best day ever. The most amazing, the most wonderful day. I pray that love finds you. I pray that you are supported. It is my hope that you're not alone as you go through your entrepreneur journey. You know, I pray that the right people align with you, and I pray that you get some grants. And for those of you who maybe having a challenging time, or you're going through character building periods in your life, listen, know this, right? Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. So just do your self work. All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Coach Raquel. Bye. Thank you. Love to open new packages. I will deliver the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and it is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Welcome to mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations.